Now, today we're going to take a step away from talking about helping our clients and focus on building our own website agency. Now, you do your own marketing, right? You're working hard to find new clients, attract people to you, and land those high dollar contracts. While you might be going to job boards or answering RFPs, I know a lot of agency owners will work on building up their own digital marketing. When that's not your area of expertise, though, I find a lot of people default to social media. Look, even for my students in my digital marketing class at Wichita State, it's a common misconception that social media is the be all end all for marketing online. Not only is social media not your only outlet, it's dangerous to put all of your eggs in that particular basket. So in today's episode, I'm going to outline why you may want to focus on more than just social media. And then I'm going to give you some alternatives that you can add into your own digital marketing plan. And hint, it's actually pretty easy to expand out and include these. You ready to dive in? Let's go. You don't want to build your business on rented ground. Let's just cover this first. Why is social media not the only way you want to market your business? Because you can't control it. Look, remember in October when Facebook and Instagram went down for basically 24 hours? Were you part of that panicked crowd? If you were trying to launch a new offer or even launch an online course during that time and did 90% of your marketing through social media, well, you were kind of out of luck. You could turn to Twitter, like many did, or TikTok, but if your followers weren't there, it really didn't matter. There have been many other large digital companies, Spotify most recently, who have had issues with prolonged downtime. Now, the big problem with social media marketing is that you're at the mercy of a corporation that is basically impossible to contact. The other problem with social media is your audience really going to see you there anyway? Now, think about it. If you pay attention to marketing conversations at all, you're probably familiar with the gripe about algorithms, reach, and the follower counts. With social media, you really have zero control over who sees your posts and when. It's not just about controlling who sees your posts, though. It's about how your audience likes to learn. Are they really going to read a long caption on Instagram that they can't even click a link on even if they wanted to? Probably not. If only 1 to 3% of your audience is seeing your social media posts anyway, are the right 1 to 3% of your audience seeing that post? Don't get me wrong. Social media marketing can be a fantastic tool for your business, but you're probably starting to see why it shouldn't be the only way you're marketing your business either. So when it comes to digital marketing, you want to put the majority of the emphasis on the pieces you can actually own. This means you can control your message, how it's shared, how it's viewed, and even what it looks like. Plus, when you diversify your marketing channels and build up your audience in a few places, you have far more control and options when something isn't working the way that it should. You'll also be able to reach your audience where they want to be reached. Now, the first tool that you can use to expand your reach for digital marketing is your website. And it's no shock that I've used this as your first tool. I've talked about how your website is the foundation for marketing for, ever, and in several episodes of this podcast. Your website is about the only piece of your digital marketing that you have 100% control over. You can make it look and behave basically any way you want. Everything else that we're going to talk about today, it's all subject, at least in part, to third parties. It's not just about control either. Everything in your marketing should lead back to some place on your website. It's your business's hub online. You're building those hubs for your clients. So, why aren't you building that hub for your own business? How can you use your website as a digital marketing tool outside of all of that? Content. Now, whether you choose to blog, vlog, post testimonials and reviews, case studies, or anything else, there are a lot of ways that you can publish consistent content with your website. Consistent content helps build up your Google rankings and it brings back people back to your website for more because they're used to you having something published new on a consistent basis. So you want to pick something that's easiest for you, but I'd highly recommend blogging. It's great for your SEO, it's easy to do on a consistent schedule, and it allows you to answer your customers' questions and objections with articles. Plus, you can even take those common FAQs or the search terms you're targeting and turn them into a blog post. It's a easy way to build up your trust and your SEO. Now, the second best place to focus your marketing, emails. I don't talk about email marketing enough. And if I'm honest, I've neglected my own. It is, however, one of the best things you can do to cultivate long term success in your business. Now, let's look at this a little bit more closely. Your social media followers enjoyed your posts enough to follow you, but it was pretty quick for them to do so. They might see a few of your posts every once in a while, maybe they engage with them, but they might also totally forget about it once they've liked and kept scrolling. Your email audience, however, liked you enough to allow you into their inbox. That's a far more personal space than your Instagram feed. If you're doing email marketing the right way, your subscriber double opted in to hear from you and they haven't unsubscribed when you email. Now, let's talk numbers with this too. Email marketing has an incredible ROI, $36 return on every dollar spent, to be precise. Or that's 3,600%. That's huge. There's almost nothing else in digital marketing that can get that kind of ROI. Why is that? Well, your email list is literally your warmest audience. They're going to be the most primed to buy from you when you have an offer, and they're going to be the most receptive to what you're saying. Don't ignore this piece. Now, the third piece that you can own, podcasts. It's literally the thing you're listening to now, so I hardly have to tell you that it can be beneficial. Podcasts are straddling the line between your own and third-party digital marketing simply because you typically need to have an outlet to have people listen to your podcasts. Think Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. However, you can totally host a podcast on your own website and just have people listen there too if you wanted to. So you always have a bit more control over it. Now, podcasts are a great way to reach your busiest audience members. They're not going to take the time to read a 2,500 word blog post, but they will take the 20 minutes of their time to listen to your materials while they work out, go for a walk, commute to work, clean the house. Podcasts, in short, help you better reach that multitasking audience and provide some education and build trust. It is a great way to get in the ears of your ideal client week after week. Whew. Okay, those are all the channels that you can own. Now, what other third-party options do you have at your disposal beyond your typical social media channels? Now, you have YouTube. There is a lot of back and forth as to whether YouTube would count as a social media channel or not. I mean, people can comment, like, otherwise engage with your videos. Plus, YouTube Shorts feel a lot like TikTok, right? While YouTube does have a social aspect, it's also the second largest search engine. Think about what you personally are using YouTube for on a regular basis. You're not really looking to engage with others, but you're probably trying to learn something, right? Maybe you're catching the latest music video from your favorite band, or you want to find the latest trailer for the newest Marvel movie or TV show. That's not just me, right? Now, YouTube is a fantastic place to build an audience, but it's also a great place to post content that can be found over and over again. It even has one of the best monetization platforms for creators, but honestly, that's just a secondary goal. A video you created 2 or 3 years ago could still be found by someone new. It's truly a fantastic platform for any long term digital marketing strategies. Now, if you want to drive people to your marketing channels from other sources, a great way to do that is to get outside of your own channels with guest articles and interviews. Podcast interviews, live guest show appearances, even guest blogs on and writing on places like Medium or for bigger online publications can help you spread the word about your own business. Third parties publishing and your expertise and your content not only lends credibility to what you're saying, but it also provides you with a bigger platform to bring people back to you and into your own channels. Now, if you want to accelerate your digital marketing and where you get seen, there's no there's no better way to do that than through digital ads. Ads channel like Google Ads, which are search, display, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, and more, give you the ability to really drill down and target your ideal customer and ensure that they see your message. Now, Google Ads typically will give you a 2-to-1 return, but it's about more about bringing new people into your fold and then maybe getting that immediate sale, especially for a web designer, web developer business. Now, of course, you'll want to focus on ad channels that you think your ideal customer is already spending their time. So keep that in mind. But ads can help solve that 1 to 3% problem on social media channels too. Now, hopefully, these have given you some solid ideas of where you can start to expand your digital marketing. Yes, there are a lot of channels and methods to choose from, and no, you don't have to do all of them. You can actually make it a lot easier, though, to hit many of the options without it being incredibly overwhelming. But you have to come back next week to learn how all of that works. Now, if you're ready to start planning out your digital marketing to diversify and expand your reach, I've got just the tool for you. My free walkthrough guide will help you think through all of the angles to create your digital marketing, teach you how to choose the outlets you're going to need, and even help you to set your budget. Now, I actually personally use this same guide for myself when it's time to start a new marketing plan because it actually works. Now, you can get it for free right now and get started today. Just click the link below to grab your free copy. Thank you all for tuning into our show this week. I can't wait to see you all again next week to talk about how you can make this all easier.